Hi, Badger here. Now the question is, do we at CVP TV give a damn about technology? And the answer is very simple. Of course we give a damn. The biggest dam in the world, the Hoover Dam. And 50 miles the other side of the dam, Las Vegas, home to the largest broadcast technology show in the world, NAB. And here we are, downtown Las Vegas, on a very windy yet sunny Monday morning. Behind me, 3 halls packed with well over 1,000 of the world's leading manufacturers. We're going to have to fight our way in the next 4 days through well over 80,000 people who will visit the convention, and that means I'm going to need a little bit of help. So you'll be hearing later on from Phil Myers, Head of Technology at CVP Group.
Our first stop was Sony, where, under their new SR master brand for HDCam SR solid-state recording, there were some great new products. 3 portable recorders were on show, the SR-R1, SR-R3 and SR-R4. The R1 is designed for the F3 and SRW9000 and offers 220 or 440 megabits per second as standard, with an optional upgrade to include SR-HQ at 880 megabits per second. The R3 offers the same functionality as the R1 but includes SR-HQ, and for 4K 16-bit RAW recording or 2K high frame rate, the SR-R4 is on offer, the perfect complement to the new F65 camera, and more about that in a minute. The SR Master Studio Recorder, similar in design to the SRW VTR family, offers solid-state recording encompassing 2K, 4K, 1080p and 3D in a single chassis. Billed as the ultimate studio mastering recorder, it has 4 SR memory slots, each with 5 gigabits per second of bandwidth, making it ideal for post, multi-camera recording, instant replay and high-speed ingest. Availability of the SR Master range will be from autumn 2011 with the release of the SR-R1. If there was one product to be singled out as the star of NAB, it would probably be the forthcoming Sony F65 Camera, which is aesthetically a thing of beauty and has a 20 megapixel CMOS sensor which will output to 4K and 2K resolution. Sample footage shown was simply amazing, and the view at CVP TV is that we take 4K over 3D anytime. The F65 is currently about 12 months away from delivery, and while Sony are being rather coy about cost, the rumour is that the F65 will be the Sony camera to compete with Red and Alexa at last. But it wasn't all about big cameras and big sensors, as the very compact HXR NX 3D1 proved, offering an inexpensive route into the world of 3D acquisition. Twin Sony G lenses feed 1/4-inch Exmor-R CMOS sensors, and double Full HD 3D can be recorded to a single file, monitored on a 3.5-inch LCD panel without the need to borrow the Proclaimer's spectacles. 10 times optical zoom, 96 gigabytes of internal memory and super quick 3D lineup are just some of the features of what is truly, for the money, an excellent piece of gear. Sony's miniaturization program was on show too, with a live experiment to shrink an NX70 camcorder by leaving it in a water feature for the entire show. Or it might have been to prove that the camera is dust and showerproof. This compact camcorder is packed with features, and although we couldn't get our hands on it at NAB, we have managed to road test it back at base. Look out for the full review here on CVP TV. Next stop, Panasonic.
Okay, here we are in Panasonic's demonstration area, and we've got a really interesting product to show you which mates to Panasonic's HPX3100. It's a wireless module.
Called the AJWM30, essentially it's a dongle that fits inside the HPX3100 and, together with a software update, turns the camera into a web browsable device with no additional application or plug-in required. Using a wireless device such as an iPad, you can now remotely browse clips on the camera's P2 cards, add metadata, and even tag whilst recording. Functionality includes card usage, battery remaining, and browsing media by thumbnail, where you can select a clip and play it back in a larger window, or zoom it up even further. Programmable buttons allow you to customize your tags and tag on the fly, and you can use the tags to navigate through clips. With a downloadable platform, you could even download the proxy files and start editing ahead of the main ingest. As well as iPads and tablet devices or PCs, there is a screen form factor for mobile smartphones too, offering all the same functionality in a more compact size. For directors and production assistants, this has to be one of the most innovative products we saw at NAB this year. Panasonic chose NAB to launch 3 camcorders based on the same body, each with 3 2/3 inch CMOS sensors, Pro audio connectivity, and a 21x zoom lens with separate zoom, focus and exposure rings. The AG-AC160 and its smaller brother the 130 record AV cam to SDHC or SDXC cards and offer dual recording, the 160 additionally offering HD, SDI and timecode. The AG-HPX250 uses the same sensor, lens and functionality, but records AVC Intra to P2 cards offering 10-bit 100 megabits per second acquisition. Availability for the 3 is slated for around IBC 2011, and as yet there is no pricing information, but with improved ergonomics and a range of functionality, these units are sure to be hugely popular. The sleek-looking AG3D-P1 is very squarely aimed at shoulder-based 3D acquisition and drew a lot of interest. Features include a dual 3D lens, dual 1/3 inch sensors and dual P2 slots, enabling acquisition via dual ABC Intra codec for left and right eye. Dual outputs are also supported, and at NAB, Panasonic was showing the AG3D-P1 rigged for 3D studio use. At 6.5 kilograms, it is a little on the heavy side, and power consumption is a chunky 35 watts. Nevertheless, the AG3D-P1 is going to be one to watch. Panasonic's new portable solid-state recorder, the HPD24, records AVC Intra 422 at 100 megabits per second onto P2 cards across 2 slots. Mains or battery operation make this a truly portable device for studio or field HD SDI recording. And as well as the dual slot feature, there is great functionality with a monitor on the front face and a transport control. The HPD24 can also be configured for 3D acquisition, although this requires 2 units. Panasonic had not confirmed pricing at the time of NAB, but expect availability autumn 2011. Over on the JVC stand, we found the GY-HM790E, a Pro HD modular solid-state camera with studio functionality, including fibre optic via an optional KA-F790 transceiver. Featuring 3 CCD sensors, 422 processing and full HD recording at 35 megabits per second in edit-friendly MP4 file format, the 790 is ergonomically well thought out and in full studio configuration is, let's face it, a bit of a beast. By contrast, JVC's first Pro HD 3D camcorder, the GY-HM21, is positively minute, yet delivers 34 megabits per second AVC HD in 3D, or 24 megabits per second in 2D. Dual 3.32 megapixel sensors are fed by twin f1.2 HD lenses, and no goggles are required to view 3D on the 3.5-inch LCD panel. Shooting is to the 80GB internal memory or to SDHC or SDXC cards. One other thing that caught my eye was the high-specification SR HD 1500 Blu-ray HDD combo recorder, designed to banish media duplication and DVD authoring blues. No PC required here, and with analog and digital inputs and a built-in down-convert facility to enable HD material to be burnt to DVD, this has to be a must in any edit suite. Great picture quality starts with the lens, and on the ingenue stand, the fabulous new Optimo 45 to 120mm PL mount S35 zoom lens at a cool £30,000 was hogging the limelight. Think of it as the middle brother in a family of must-have glass, with a useful zoom range and an aperture at the open end of 2.8. The Optimo weighs in at just under 2 kilograms, yet delivers breathtaking and future-proof 8K resolution with no breathing when pulling focus. Ingenue's popular Optimo DP zooms were in evidence too, in 16 to 42 and 30 to 80mm guise, and available as a matched pair, perfect for your 3D rig.
Hi, we're over at the Burger Engineering stand, and this is probably the most anticipated, most waited for development in the sort of shallow depth field camcorder market. So this little puppy here is the Burger Engineering mount. It's been designed for the AF101, but one of the big things at the show is they're going to be showing it with the FS100, the new NX Cam Super 35mm camera. What's really cool about this, not only is it originally designed to control your aperture, as you can see here, we can use it to control follow focus. So here, with the lens, we have the ability to control the focus wirelessly. So as you can see, we can pull the focus right out, and then we can pull it back in very, very quickly. So there will be an option to do this either wirelessly or wired, entirely up to you.
This eLCD VF viewfinder from Estonian company Kinotechnik really grabbed our attention, with a similar integrated twist mount design to Sony's EX3 viewfinder, and a 3-inch LCD panel offering the same resolution as a Zacuto viewfinder. The eLCD VF really is the one to watch, literally.
So many of you will be familiar with the Nano Flash. It's become very, very popular for EX customers to get to the 50 megabits recording. Well, they've now introduced the second generation of this product, and it's called the Gemini. So for those people who recently purchased a PMW F3 and want to utilize the 444 connectivity of that camera, we now have a very portable display and recording device to utilize that. So this is the Gemini. It's a dual link, so it has a dual BNC connection. So on the back of the F3, you take your two BNCs, you plug it into the Gemini. We have dual SSD slots. So if you remember with the Nano Flash, we were using compact flash. Well, actually with the Gemini, due to the high recording speeds of uncompressed 444, we need to use a slightly different media. So in here we're using these SSD slots. So you've got your dual slots in. It'll do 1080 at 24, 25 or 30p at 444. It'll also do 1080 50p, 1080 60p. So if you wanted to use it for sports acquisition. And for those people who are interested in 3D, a future upgrade for this will allow you to do 3D recording. So if you've got dual cameras on a 3D rig, you can simultaneously run one camera and your second camera, and it will generate a 3D file for you. So we're very excited about this product. Clearly Convergent Design have listened to the customers. The big major difference with this device is that we now have this display, so we can actually see what's being recorded to the device. So this is one of the sort of hot picks we believe that's going to be at the show this year.
Sound devices were showing two DDRs, the Pix 220 with HDMI and this Pix 240 with the addition of HD SDI. With an integrated LCD and easy menu system, the Pix features Apple ProRes and Avid DNX HD recording to either compact flash or a robust removable solid-state drive. The drive is mounted on its own dockable caddy, and as well as the docking port, it has on the side a useful USB 3 port. It's neat, it's versatile, and we think the Pix will become the external recorder of choice.
We're over at the Teradek stand, and this is one of the very nice products that are available at the show. This little box here is called the Cube, and it takes the HDSDI from any camera, pretty much, and it allows us to stream live over a 4G connection using this dongle, or over Wi-Fi, to a computer, to an iPad, or even to a decoder that we can then plug into a vision mixer if we choose to. So let's take a look at the iPad. So as you can see, this is the live stream coming off the camera. We're using an Apple iPad here. Basically, it's doing a minimal delay. And as you can see, it's being connected to the red camera at the moment, so we can see time code, we can see the area safe, and we can see the slug ID. So for those people who want to see their concert or their camera feed over the internet, or maybe if you want to sit it on the director's stage and you want to see what's coming off the camera, you can do that very easily. So this will work with pretty much any camera that has an HD SDI, so things like the EX1, the EX3, the PMW 500, the F3 if you're on location doing a drama, or if you want to use it on the back end of your vision mixer to go out to the web for your live broadcast. So it really is quite a key product for us at the show.
So that's what's new in the world of cameras and acquisition technology, and as you can see, the emphasis very much is on large sensors, 3D, and of course high quality external recorders. It's one thing acquiring your footage. What you really need when you get back to the edit suite is high quality reference monitors, and over on the Sony stand there's some amazing OLED technology. Let's take a look.
These amazing new monitors under Sony's TriMaster electroluminescence brand were clearly providing the wow factor on the stand. For mid-market applications, the PVM 1741 and 2541 at 17 inches and 25 inches respectively expand the range from the popular PVM 740, whilst for critical applications, the superb BVM OLED range, again in 17-inch and 25-inch form, are without doubt the de facto standard for engineering and master monitoring.
Now, if you think that what you've just seen doesn't look that exciting, well, that's probably because you're looking at it on your current monitor. Let me tell you, if you're looking at it on an OLED monitor, you'd soon realise this is absolutely a must-have product. Now, on the subject of must-have products, we're off to the South Hall to look at post-production, where the word on the street is Thunderbolt. So here we are outside the Blackmagic stand. Phil, what is all this about Thunderbolt?
So essentially, it's a co-development between Intel and Apple to use the mini display device that's on the MacBook Pros for many, many years now to pass data across it. So you can pass your audio, video, your storage, your display like your Apple display, and it'll all go down a single cable. And that one single cable provides up to 10 gigabits of data connectivity, and it also provides up to 10 watts of power. So it's quite intuitive, quite easy, and very easy to use basically.
Intel and Apple's co-developed Thunderbolt supports bidirectional multiple device connectivity at 10 gigabits per second. Matrox were showing this standalone box, which will convert ExpressCard to Thunderbolt and will allow single cable mating of devices such as the MX02 to newer MacBook Pros. Speed and simplicity are the watchwords with Thunderbolt, and at NAB, Matrox had one cable controlling an MX02, storage and a display. This is Arger's prototype compact converter, codenamed Phaser, and built to utilise Thunderbolt technology, and designed around the I/O Express. Unlike the I/O Express, however, the Phaser offers dual-link 444 recording and 3G interfacing. And despite this being only a prototype, the rumour is that Arger are already working on a 4K upgrade. Arger's prototype up-down cross converter, codenamed Riker, is being developed to handle the huge files generated by the newer Sony, Arri and Red cameras. Riker will support multiple files including 5K, 4K, 2K, HD and SD, and essentially will give you the capability of being able to convert a 5K file to standard definition in real time. On top of this, Riker will also support 3D workflows and apply 3D lookup tables, meaning that 3D conversions will also be able to be handled in real time. Blackmagic Design's Hyperdeck shuttle will record uncompressed HD to slot in SSD drives. Like many of Blackmagic's products, it's compact, and so it's ideal for field recording, such as attaching it to the back of a camera. To go with the shuttle, Blackmagic were also showing a 1U rack-mountable studio recorder, again recording uncompressed HD and offering dual SSD slots. The recorder also features Ethernet connectivity, allowing several units to be ganged together if required. Blackmagic will have their own solid-state drives available for these units. The Hyperdeck is offered at just $345, whilst the studio recorder represents great value for money at a shade under $1,000. Harnessing the new Thunderbolt technology, Blackmagic's Ultra Studio 3D offers HD SDI, dual link and single link, as well as HDMI output from real-time 3D acquisition and editing. Neatly designed to complement Apple's MacBook Pro as well as high performance, Ultra Studio offers great aesthetics. Also designed with Apple in mind, this 1U Vision Mixer has a software-based control interface with HD SDI and HDMI in and out. Control is via Ethernet, making this compact unit a studio in a box. And at just $600, the ATEM camera converter will take the HD SDI output from any camera and convert it to fiber. So in a small studio configuration, tally, intercom, audio and video can be sent across one cable. The converter will mate perfectly with the 1U Vision Mixer, with no need for a fibre optic CCU at the Vision Mixer end, making ultra low-cost HD studio configurations a reality.
Welcome to the Cache stand. For the last 5 years, everyone's been talking about the demise of tape. Well, this year, here comes tape again. So what we have here is an LTO5 based archiving system made by Cache. If you're shooting on the JVC, the Canon, the Sony, the Panasonic, the Red, the Arri, all these tapeless camcorders, you're going to have to put those assets somewhere. And basically Cache have a number of solutions for you. So what we have here is something called the Power Cache, which is essentially a server with up to 8 terabytes of storage. So you can transfer your rushes onto it. and then quite intelligently it will back it up onto LTO tape for you, so linear tape. If you've got lots and lots of rushes, below further down we have a 24 bay library and we have a 48 bay library. Essentially this allows you to have up to 72 terabytes of storage on tape. If we have a look around the back of the stand, we're going to show you some of their playback devices for restoring that data back to your Avid or to your Final Cut Pro system. So this is an HP LTO drive, just a standard off-the-shelf drive. With the new software coming from the Cache appliance, you'll be able to create tapes that can then universally be played back in any standard HP-based LTO drive. So this is going to be the new tape format for many broadcasters, post-production, production companies. Cache have essentially 3 appliances. They have something called the Prime Cache, which is this little box here, and this is designed for field backup, for data management on location. There's a small Linux box with an LTO tape device in it with all the Cache software preloaded. The next step up is the Prime Cache, which we saw in the rack, and also the Power Cache, which is the storage with the Prime Cache in the rack as well.
Also in the South Hall, Avid had a massive presence. Interestingly, there was a lot of talk about the cross-grade offer for those thinking of migrating from Apple's Final Cut Pro to Avid Media Composer 5.5 or to run both platforms. Just $1,000 and no requirement to surrender your FCP license. On the Glidecam stand, trade was brisk, and the soon-to-be-available Vista slider took my eye. This super smooth, ultra-portable track system is ideal for just about any camera and can be used on the ground, on a desk, a really neat way of achieving tracking shots in confined spaces. The buzzword in lighting at the moment is LED, and at NAB pretty much every manufacturer had products on show using LED technology, including Gecko, a company based in the UK Midlands with a wide range of fixtures. Whilst LEDs are more expensive than tungsten fixtures, with power consumption at around 10% of their traditional rivals, they're actually the more economical choice, and have the added benefit of generating almost zero heat. Light Panel's solar range in prototype last year are now shipping, and these Fresnel fixtures offer high output, cool running, daylight colour temperature, full dimming, and a wide beam focus range. There's no doubt about it, NAB is immense, and taking the entire show in 4 days, I covered at least 2,000 miles, all on foot. It's bright, it's bold, it's very tiring, but it's brilliant.
So that's it for NAB this year. 4 very busy days and an array of new technology. Did we miss anything, Phil?
Well, we did, yeah.
What was that?
It was the bar. Let's go.
Let's go. Bye.